went to the police, Rose. It made my life very difficult.
Peter?
Her first appointment at work was at 8 this morning. She didn't turn up, no word from her either. This has never happened before.
Can I help you?
I'm here to see a patient. Annie, I'm Paul Spectre.
Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Did you learn that at school?
No, from Peter Piper, Mummy's friend.
I warned you once before. This is your last warning.
Good.
They've managed to lift a partial print from the scissors. We run it through the system and find a match. Paul Spectre.
What have you done with Rose Stag?
Stella, I don't know what's going to happen to me, to you, to anyone else in this world.
All I know is no one can outwit death.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Did you get any sleep?
A little. What's he doing here?
Eastwood's your new deputy SIO.
Excuse me?
Garrett Brink is tied up with a court case. McElroy has further blood tests to undergo, and you need someone, and urgently.
So is he keeping an eye on me, or am I keeping an eye on him?
Make it work.
Don't worry, I'll beautify it for you. Good to have you on board.
Likewise.
Pleased to say we are about to take a very significant step in our investigation. This is a formal declaration that from now on the inquiry will be focusing on a particular individual. Our prime suspect, Paul Spectre. Paul Spectre was caught on CCTV at the Botanic Gardens on Saturday the 14th of April. the day that Sarah Kay was there with her sister. He came into the police station on Saturday the 21st and was interviewed by DCI Brink. He gave his DNA and his fingerprints and was at that point eliminated. We now have tangible evidence to link Paul Spectre to the murder of Joe Brawley. Namely, his fingerprints on a pair of decorating shears identical to a pair purchased by Annie Brawley.
Do we need to put an arrest strategy in place?
Not yet. There's very good reason for believing that Paul Spectre is also responsible for the abduction and unlawful imprisonment of Rose Stag. Last night I received a phone call on my old private number from Rose Stag's mobile phone.
The call he made on Rose's phone last night has been triangulated. We have a location. A search is underway.
We have a live cell trace on Spectre's registered mobile phone, and we have his historic phone records. I mean, right now that phone is off. We know he has access to other phones. He made calls in Scotland, so we know he did go away. Yesterday, he made and received a call in the vicinity of the city hospital in Belfast, so we know he's back.
Does he have a car?
He reported his car stolen the day after the Brawley murder. It was a Peugeot 405, registration Sierra India Whiskey 3160.
Has he made an insurance claim?
No.
I need to find that car. DCI Matt Eastwood is my new deputy SIO. Thus far, he's been covering the Rose Stag disappearance.
We have some CCTV footage that you may not have seen of Rose shopping. This is her last known appearance in public. All the evidence thus far suggests that Rose was abducted from her home by an individual who, in conversation with Rose's daughter, Nancy, aged 6, called himself Peter.
And on that point, we have the suspect's birth certificate. Peter Paul Spectre, Mother Mary, Father John Paul Spectre. Note the occupation, Private British Army. He began an 18-month tour of duty here in March 1978 with the Duke of Cumbria's Regiment, 3rd Battalion. Spectre was born, as you can see, on the 25th of May 1979.
The year the Shankill Butchers was sentenced to life imprisonment for 19 murders. The year of Warren Point. Bad year.
Spectre's a married man, married in 2004. Sally Ann Goodall. He has 2 children, Olivia 8 and Liam 5. Sally Ann's a senior staff nurse in the Belfast Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. She leads a team that has responsibility for 30 beds.
We have Sally Ann under surveillance in the hope that she'll lead us to her husband. Our priority is to find him. Find him, put him under surveillance in the hopes that he will lead us to Rose.
We know next to nothing about Paul Spectre's childhood.
All we have is a list of children's homes that he himself provided. All of those need to be checked out. A man doesn't wake up one morning and find that he has become a sexual psychopath, nor does he wake up one day and discover that the condition is gone. It develops over a very long period of time. We need to find out everything that we possibly can about Paul Spectre. Every detail of his life needs to be established, checked, and double-checked. I also believe that Paul Spectre is responsible for the deaths of Fiona Gallagher, Alice Munro, and Sarah Kay. I'd say all of his previous victims were dead within an hour of being attacked.
So she's lost to us already.
The one glimmer of hope is that he knows Rose. Not from watching and stalking, objectifying her. He really knows her. And she's a mother.
I feel sorry for you. I really do. You must have had a terrible childhood to be able to do this to me. I feel sorry for you. I really do. I feel sorry for you.
Pay a follow-up call to Sally Ann Spectre. Make it seem routine. Ask her to account for the night that she was at work, and Spectre told us that he was at home alone with the kids.
The night of the Joe Brawley murder?
Just that night, though. Don't spook her too much.
So just a little.
Take McNally.
Thank you, ma'am. She wants me for herself, really. She's just being generous.
You carry that stuff about bombs and shootings around in your head.
Etched on my soul.
X-ray 1 to control, that's a CID car pulling up at the target's address.
Control from X-ray 1, CID car pulling up at target's address.
That's 2 CID officers at the target's door. Female at the door, possibly the target's wife. 2 CID officers entering the house. Doors closed.
I don't know if you remember me, Mrs. Spectre. I spoke to you on the phone a while ago.
Yes, I do remember.
I'm sorry to intrude like this, but there are a few questions I should have asked you about the night of the 20th.
What questions?
No, they're just routine. I should have asked you at the time. You were working, you said.
I wasn't meant to be working that night. I'd been on all day. But we'd withdrawn care from one of the babies in the unit, so I stayed with Mother to see it through.
And Paul was at home with the children? He told my colleague that he was at home all evening, all night with the children. Bathed them, put them to bed, read them a story. He said that after that he was in his study listening to music.
I'm not sure.
It's okay, Mrs. Spectre. We just want to be able to eliminate your husband from our inquiries and move on.
Just tell us what you know.
A friend of mine picked up the children from school. She was looking after them until 9. She couldn't stay any longer. So when I couldn't get hold of Paul, I called our usual babysitter. She came and stayed the night. She was gone when I got back the following morning. Paul was here.
Can I get those names from you, Sally? The friend, the babysitter. Talk to you, ma'am?
Yeah.
According to Mrs. Spectre, a babysitter, Caterina Benedetto, known as Katie, was at the Spectre's house on the night of the Joe Brawley murder, not Spectre himself.
How old?
15 at the time. Just turned 16. School student. Should we talk to her?
Oh, she'll need one of her parents present.
Father's dead, motorcycle accident 3 years ago. He was an art dealer. Mother works for an auction house. Fine art. Paintings and stuff.
I know what fine art is. Pay her a visit.
Mrs. Benedetto?
Yes.
DC Martin, DC McNally. I'd like to talk to your daughter, Katrina. Is she home?
Yes, she is. Come on through.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Katie? Katie? These police officers want to talk to you.
When did you first start babysitting for the Spectres, Kitty?
When I was 14.
And you were babysitting on the night of the 20th? And you stayed all night?
No.
No?
I left at about 3 in the morning.
Really?
You were asleep and didn't hear me come in.
Did you leave because Mr. Spectre came home?
No. I left because we suddenly realised the time and he wanted to go to bed.
We?
Paul came home at about 9:30.
9:30?
Yes.
I see. Then why did you stay?
We got talking, listening to music in his study.
So you were alone with Mr. Spectre from 9:30 till 3 a.m.
But the children were there?
Have you stayed that late at the Spectres before?
No.
Where did Sally Ann suggest you should sleep that night?
She said to use their bed.
Did you use their bed?
I told you, Paul came home.
Where had he been?
Doing something related to work, I think. Helping one of his clients.
And there was nothing unusual about his appearance, his demeanour?
No, nothing.
So just to be clear, you were with Paul Spectre from 9:30 that night till after 3 the following morning?
Yes.
How'd you get home?
Paul wanted to call a cab, but I walked. It's not far.
No, it's not.
We have Tom Stag's house under surveillance. He was visited there last night by Professor Reed Smith.
Really? How long did she stay?
2 hours. There were some prolonged silences. They seemed quite comfortable with each other.
I see.
Yes.
Where are you?
Shopping for clothes, thank you very much.
Police have just been here.
Really?
Asking about the night that I was babysitting
For you.
What?
If you want to know what I said,
Said you'd better meet me.
Katie! I need to talk to you.
I'm on the phone!
Are you fucking with me?
DC Glenn Martin.
and DC something or other McNally.
Meet me at 9.
Cathedral Quarter.
Whereabouts?
I'll text you.
Just seen the babysitter, ma'am.
How did it go?
She says Spectre was at home on the 20th. His home. With her from 9:30 in the evening.
What?
Says she left at 3 a.m.
So now he has an alibi.
She gave us the time and the route of her journey home. We can see if we can find anyone to confirm her story.
The fuck is she playing at? Why would she say that?
One thing she did reveal, The night before Sarah Kay was killed, she was babysitting while the Spectres were drinking with friends in the bar of the Malmaison.
Right.
As was Annie Brawley.
We are here today to appeal for the public's help in locating a missing woman, Rose Veronica Stag. Rose hasn't been seen, nor has she contacted her family since the night of the 3rd of May, and we are concerned for her welfare. Rose is 32 years old, with dark, shoulder-length hair which can appear black when wet. She can be seen here in a family video that was shot just 3 weeks ago.
If he's got her, do you think?
No. I think mine's definitely better than yours, though. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm making this one for you, Tom. I think that's going to suit you beautifully. Nancy, you're going to make one for Cody? Okay. What do you think of my work?
Rose's car has also gone missing. Details of the vehicle will appear on the screen shortly. This is Rose's husband, Tom, here beside me. Tom would like to say a few words.
Thank you so much for watching today. I'm appealing to anyone who might have any information about the disappearance of my wife, Rose, to contact the police anytime, day or night. Rose is a therapeutic radiologist by profession. Many of her patients are suffering from advanced forms of cancer. It would be completely out of character for Rose to leave those patients in the lurch. I know she would call me if she could, which makes me think she might be being held somewhere against her will. I know she's alive. She can't.
We'll have tyre tracks, ma'am. They match the track width and the wheelbase of Rose Stag's car.
Any sign of the phone?
Not yet. We're losing light.
X-ray 1 to control. Stand by.
Target's wife out of the house with 2 children. Approaching green Volvo estate, uniform Echo Zulu 8243. Vehicle facing countrywards.
All call signs stand by. Target's wife and 2 children in green Volvo. Alpha, do you have target vehicle?
Alpha, I have.
Control, Alpha has.
Anything?
There's no sign of the car, ma'am. There is no such number. Did you get a make or a model?
Check on the PNC for recently stolen vehicles. Gibson.
Hi, it's Reed Smith.
Hey.
Can I see you?
When?
Tonight?
Is 10 too late?
No, that's fine. Where?
Bert's Bar.
Perfect. I'll see you there.
Ma'am. Stolen this morning.
Right. That's it. Where's it stolen from?
From here, ma'am.
Ma'am, we found something. It's not the phone. It's the phone case.
Jordan's. Don't have much time. Tell me what happened.
The thing is, I really did walk home alone at 3. I gave them the exact route. There are people who saw me. There's CCTV along the way. So if they check up, they'll see it's true. Are you pleased with me?
Not particularly.
Why are you being like this?
Like what?
I'm protecting you.
I don't need your protection.
Yes, you do. And now you have to tell me
Tell you.
the truth about you. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Being a serial murderer is a form of slow suicide. Deeply self-destructive. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Katie, but that's not my style.
Then what are you? Who are you?
I'm lots of things.
So am I.
You're a stereotype. The rebellious teenager.
I'm much more than that.
Do you ever find yourself a day behind?
What do you mean?
Or look at the clock and see that hours have gone by and you've no idea what you were doing?
I don't know.
You're always just little Katie?
No.
When aren't you little Katie?
When I'm with you. I've pretended to be other people online.
Who?
Different names. Older. A guy.
Then maybe you will understand.
Try me.
I hadn't taken much notice of the case, the various murders. But then one evening, we were driving home from a meeting with one of Olivia's teachers, and we were diverted away from a crime scene. I went home, looked up the news, see what happened. It had been a murder. Sarah Kay. You know I go running?
Yes.
Sometimes I run through the city, but sometimes I run through Botanic Gardens and head south. When I take that route, I run through the graveyard. A couple of days after the murder, the police had reopened the street. I went that way. And running along the path through the gravestones, something caught my eye. It was a driver's license. So I stopped, picked it up, and it was Sarah Kay's. I looked at the address and saw that she lived opposite the cemetery. So then I began to wonder, had she dropped it? Or had the killer discarded it? Had the killer passed that way?
Oh my God.
So there I am, holding this driving license. And I'm thinking, I should go to the police. And I find I didn't want to.
Why?
Did you see the first press conference?
No.
The one for Sarah Kay?
No.
There's this woman, an English woman, and it seemed that she was the one to link the murders, and that she was in charge. That's her. What I noticed at the conference, her blouse, silk blouse, was open. Here. Gaping open. And she seemed so cool, so relaxed, so self-assured, superior. While the Irish man sat next to her looked like a potato, a farmer, like a dope. And I thought, fuck you, English bitch. So I kept it. Didn't hand it in.
Which is maybe just as well, given that you were in the park at the same time as her and her sister.
The more I thought about that woman, Stella Gibson, the more I wanted to fuck with her in her investigation. So I wrote a letter, pretending to be the killer. And to prove that I was the killer, I enclosed the driver's license.
You did that.
And they bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
Are you still messing with her?
I have one more thing I want to do.
Tell me.
No.
Let me do it with you. Please.
You're not ready.
I am. I'm ready for anything. You think I'm a little girl, but I'm not. Ask me to do anything, and I will.
Create a fake email account. Use it to create a video chat account. Text me details using that phone.
That's it.
No, there's a lot more to do than that.
I wanted to say that I was sorry. Questioning you about the scratches, I didn't need to do that.
You're just doing your job.
Well, it was more than that. I don't know, prying.
It's okay. I saw Tom on the television.
Yeah.
He did well.
I helped him choose the video clips of Rose.
Didn't realise that you were so close to the family.
What do you mean?
To Tom. Told you seemed quite comfortable in his company.
Am I being watched?
No.
But Tom is. Are the police spying on him?
You know as well as I do that the first person the police look at in a case like this is the boyfriend or the husband.
He's not responsible for Rose going missing.
No, I know. We are.
X-ray 1, stand by. Unknown approaching target address. Hood up.
Control from X-ray 1, stand by. Unknown approaching target address. Hood up. Is it a possible for target?
X-ray 1 to control. Unable to say. Dark clothes. Maybe smaller than target's height. Moving towards the alleyway outside the target's house.
Control, Delta, move closer to drop off 2.
Okay.
2, give me a walk past.
Copy.
Front 2. Unknown climbing over rear wall. Wait out. Entering through rear door.
I should take this. Sorry. Gibson? Yes, go ahead.
All signs stand by. Unknown leaving target address.
Follow.
Target's now on Newton Road, ma'am.
Where's that?
University Quarter.
From 3, target is female, 16, 17 years old, entering Edson Avenue.
From 5, I now have.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm here.
Target went into a house on Edson Avenue, number 16. We are trying to ascertain who resides there.
I know that address. That sounds like it could be the Benedetto girl. Katie.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help but notice you sitting over here all by yourself. I wasn't sure what you were drinking, but a good margarita is always acceptable, I think. I'm Michael Day, Bacon and Day Solicitors.
How lovely for you.
What do you do?
I'm a pathologist. From the ancient Greek pathos meaning disease and logos meaning a treatise. I study disease, death being the final disease.
Now I'm thinking you must be Professor Reed Smith. I had no idea. Beauty and brains.
Sorry I'm late. It's nice to see you.
Oh, nice to see you too.
Thanks. Keep them coming.
I'm not the waiter.
Why are you standing there? That was nice.
Yes, it was. He knows who I am. I dare say he knows who you are.
So what?
Oh God, what am I doing?
Going with the flow.
I can't. I can't. I was brought up in Croydon.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Jim.
Stella. Can I come in? 5 minutes.
Why?
5 minutes, please.
How did you know I was here?
Why wouldn't you be here?
You've been drinking?
I have indeed. Do you have ice?
No. How many years has it been?
What? 5 years. This Christmas.
Shouldn't you be phoning your sponsor?
I just had a call from Eastwood. Aaron Monroe is back in custody. Made an attempt to kill his father in hospital. His own father.
Really?
It was me who tipped off Morgan that Eastwood had warrants out for his son.
Jim, I don't need to know this.
I was trying to outmaneuver Monroe Sr. to make his position on the policing executive untenable. If Aaron knows and tells Eastwood that it was me who tipped the father off, I'm finished. You know what he said to me? Eastwood. He called me a weak man. Can you believe that? A weak man. I've been weak. I am weak. I want you so badly.
Don't. Jim, seriously, don't.
Please, Stella.
No.
Just one night. Just one night. I need to forget the shit. All the shit I see in my head.
No, Jim.
Oh, please. Please,
Come
Stella.
on.
Please.
Jim,
Please.
stop.
Please, Stella.
For fuck's sake!
Today at the briefing, I saw a list of the children's homes that Spectre says he attended. One of those homes I got to know. I got to know very well. Run by a paedophile. Father Fiacre Jensen, a man of my faith, Stella.
Keep still.
A man in a position of power, wielding moral authority. His idea of midnight mass, Soissons-Neuf with an altar boy behind the altar in full vestments, unholy orders. What a fall from grace. I was the arresting officer. Decades later, the lives of the victims, blighted by depression and addiction, broken marriages, self-harm, suicide. Maybe this murderous fuck is a victim too.
Maybe.
emotionally and spiritually so much stronger than men.
Because the basic human form is female. Maleness is a kind of birth defect.
Stella.
Look at me like you looked at that bottle of scotch. The mixture of fear and anger. I don't like it.
Have you had a good evening?
Yes, thanks. You?
It's been fun. How did it feel, breaking in?
Thrilling. That's my reward.
What would you like?
What are you wearing?
Nothing.
Prove it.
Oh, Stella, how revealing, how exposing. It's all in these pages. Sweet little Stella missing her daddy, lost and alone. Sexy Stella, expressing her deepest, darkest desires. Stroppy Stella, angry and misunderstood, lashing out against the world of men. Oh, Stella Gibson, how well I know you now.